Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Principles of Marketing at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of feedback on the chapters 17 and 18 activities that I finished grading yesterday. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of information on the process I'm going through in grading the semester projects. And I'll also talk to you about the Chapter 19 activities that we have coming up due next week. That'll be our last set of chapter activities for this semester. And then I'll briefly discuss the final exam with you. All right, so the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the Chapter 17 and 18 activities yesterday. If you haven't already gone in and looked at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as you can, and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Now, the semester project. I've graded a few of those. A few of you turned those in a little bit, a few days at least before the assignment due date. And so I've graded a few of those that were turned in early, but most of them I have not graded yet, okay? Now, I would like to tell you that you're probably going to need to be a little bit patient with the grading of those semester projects simply because they take quite a bit of time to grade, okay? To really grade them the way that I need to grade them, it takes some time. And so be patient with that. I will do the best I can to get those graded as quickly as possible. Whatever I don't get done tomorrow, I'll try to work on some of them tomorrow. If I don't get them done tomorrow, then it'll be early next week. So at least by probably Tuesday, I should have all those graded. But just be patient because it does take a considerable amount of time to effectively grade those projects, okay? All right, so just kind of let me know if you have questions about that. All right, then what we have coming up due for our last set of chapter activities, we go to the activities page in my Ozarka. Right now we are on kind of the middle portion of week 14 of the semester, or kind of actually the ending portion of the week. And so we just have a few days left in this week. And we don't have anything else due this week. We had coursework due earlier this week. So we don't have anything else due this week, but we do have work due the middle of next week. So use this time the rest of this week and early next week to be working on that Chapter 19 set of activities. So you have the assignment, the test, and the discussion all due by Wednesday of next week, which is April 30th. For the assignment, just make sure that, and for the discussion, make sure you're using the assigned resources. All right? Make sure that your answers that you're giving on the assignment and on the discussion are consistent with the information that's provided in the assigned resources. Okay? And most of you are already doing that, but there are a few of you that probably need to focus a little bit more on that, okay? Just let me know if you have questions about that. Now, Chapter 19 covers really the final part of the marketing mix that we haven't really talked about much yet, which is pricing, all right? We've already talked about the other elements of the marketing mix, product, place, and promotion. But the final one that we still need to talk about is pricing. All right. So we're going to look at the pricing component of the marketing mix, or the 4 P's of marketing. And so in Chapter 19, we're going to learn about what price is and what the importance of price is in the marketing process. It's a critical element of the marketing mix and of the marketing process, and if you don't get it right, you can, as a marketer, it can lead to your failure. But if you do it correctly, it can definitely help in achieving success. So it's a critical element, and so that's why there's an entire chapter just devoted to pricing, because there are all kinds of strategies that you can use, tools that you can use to help you as a business. And so that's part of what Chapter 19 will cover. So in the chapter, again, you're going to learn about the importance of price in the marketing process. You'll learn about various pricing objectives. You'll look at how product demand determines price in various markets. Something that's very important today, new technology that a lot of businesses are using to help them with price, is artificial intelligence, or AI. That can be used to set prices for certain goods. Also, you'll learn about how cost determines price. Obviously, the whole objective or goal of a business is to make a profit. Not just make a profit, but maximize profit, right? Make as much profit as possible. And so obviously you want to make sure that you're setting a price that is high enough that it's going to cover all your costs and give you some margin there to make a profit. So that's part of what you'll also learn in Chapter 19. Also, you'll learn about some various pricing strategies. For example, there's one strategy where you try to be the low-cost leader in a particular market or industry. There are other ones where there's one called prestige pricing, where you try to offer a very high-quality, kind of unique item in the market that can get a much higher price, a premium price. So there are various strategies that can be used, and of course the strategy that you use as a marketer is going to depend on a lot of things: your product that you're trying to sell, the target market, the economic conditions at the time. There are various things that are involved in choosing a particular pricing strategy. All right, and then also in Chapter 19 you'll learn about the various tactics that can be used for fine-tuning the base price for your products. And then finally, at the very end of Chapter 19, you'll learn about something that's also very, very important in marketing, which is the legal issues involved with product pricing. There are discrimination laws. There are anti-competitive laws and so forth. So you have to be very careful, with the pricing that you choose, and make sure that it follows all the legal, the laws that pertain to your particular business, okay, your particular state, and so forth. All right, so that's what Chapter 19 is going to cover. So again, remember the resources you have. Use those resources in completing the Chapter 19 activities. And again, those are due by Wednesday of next week, April 30th. And the only other thing that we'll have after the work that's due next week is during final exam week, of course, we'll take our final exam. And that will be available from Monday through Wednesday of final exam week, which is May 5th through the 7th. Now, that will cover all the chapters that we've covered this semester, all the chapters that we've learned this semester, which will be chapters 1 through 19. Okay? And in order to study for that, you'll go back and study the concepts covered on your previous activities. Your assignments, your chapter test, your midterm. But study the concepts. Don't study the questions on your previous test. Study the concepts. That's very important. Okay? And I will send out more information, more specific information about the final exam sometime tomorrow, so be looking for that. I'll post an announcement and also send you an email with the same information, just so I know everybody's got the information there. And then after reading through the information about the final exam, if you have questions, just let me know, and I'll be glad to answer those questions. All right? So be working on those activities and be studying for your final exam, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good rest of your week and weekend, and probably I'll talk to you again sometime late next week. All right? Thank you.